last question, doesn't have anything to do with the race. Went to renew my license plates here recently, and it said right on the counter, it was pasted over, it used to say, make check out to the BMV, or I forget who it was. Make your check out to Richard Cordray, Ohio Treasurer. Why?
That was a round and round we went through my first 3 months in office. As a county treasurer, which is where I came from, I don't know, I think you're probably used to this, county treasurer, that was the habit and custom that I inherited in Franklin County. You make your check out to Franklin County Treasurer Richard Cordray or Franklin County Treasurer Bobby Hall, who was it for many years. And I had asked about that among fellow county treasurers, why do we do it that way? And I'd gotten various explanations, and there were some that made some sense to me. When I came in as Franklin County Treasurer, it was in the wake of a scandal that you may or may not have heard of from being around the state. We had a clerk of courts named Jesse Odie, who was personally handling certain aspects of juvenile traffic tickets. And it turned out, and they caught him on tape doing this, he would stuff some of the money in his pocket and then he would fix the books. Okay? So we were concerned, in Franklin County, there was big issues about financial accountability. And I came into the Treasury just after that time, and I didn't know most of my employees. I assumed that they were, hadn't hired them, I assumed that they were good. And you want to assume the best, but you also want to have systems that are sound. And one of the things that was said to me about this practice, and we did a lot of things to have double checks and triple checks on everything, so that nobody, even if you trust them, it's people you trust who end up stealing because they can and they don't really think of it as stealing, they're borrowing, and then it adds up over time. But one of the things that was said to me was that having the check made out not just in the name of an office, because everybody in that office has a government ID with the name of that office on it, but having an individual's name on it makes it harder to potentially convert a check. And then the other piece we put in as county treasurer, and we did the same when I got state treasurer, is I'm the one person in my office who is not permitted by policy to ever handle a check or cash of any kind. So, in terms of whether there's a concern that I personally would convert a check, I don't get to touch them. So that's one of many things we did. We had an overhaul of our JCAR rules to try to, boost some of the processes there. That was one I got questioned on extensively by, it's a bipartisan group, 3 Republicans, 3 Democrats, maybe 4 of each. And in the end, they were satisfied, and that's part of the JCAR rules. So, for what it's worth, I thought that was a little better. I've never been entirely clear whether it's a plus or minus to have people write out checks to you, because especially tax checks, they tend to resent it. But that's what we do.